Hey everybody, it's Chris Freeberg and Patrick Finney from CJV Real Estate. Just wanted to take some time and sit down with Patrick. He's the founder of CJV and talk about what we have to offer working with CJV. What makes us different with all the other real estate firms out there and how we help a buyer in this market. The market's crazy, right?
It is absolutely crazy right now.
What's like maybe the craziest deal you've seen, or what's an example that would help people understand what it's like out there right now?
Sure. Well, one of them, this is not the craziest, but just to give you an example, there's a property in Northwest Denver that was listed for $550. I believe you know about that one on Newton Street.
Yep, we're
and
looking.
it sold for $751 cash, as is, closed in 2 weeks. So over $200,000 over asking price. That's not totally typical, but at the same time, it gives you an idea of how hot, not just red hot, but white hot the market has been over the last 60, 90 days. It's just been incredible.
Yeah, and dozens of offers on that property.
Yeah.
Why is it so hot? I mean, what's going on in the market that's just so hot right now?
Just the inventory is so low. It's actually at an all-time low. In fact, since they've kept records of the inventory, it's the lowest they've ever had on record. And if you remember, they've kept records without the increased population. Now we have more population, and we have even lower numbers than back when we had like 500,000 less people in the metropolitan area. So imagine those numbers just constricts the supply, and then you've got 5, 10 buyers on average vying for one home.
Right.
So that's where it's just.
We've got new buyers, millennials are buying for the first time, people coming from out of state who want to live in Colorado, and there's just not enough homes.
And not only that, you've got your standard buyers, like your move-up buyers that need a bigger home, or they're relocating, and other people they're moving here. You've got, again, like you said, first-time buyers, that kind of thing. Investment properties, they want investment properties in this hot market. Everybody wants a piece of the action if they can. So. Yeah.
And hopefully things will start to open up. That's definitely something we're working on here at CJV, trying to get sellers who are thinking about selling and maybe worried about, the safety listing their home. But for the time being, it's just a tough market. So let's talk about what are some things that we do here at CJV to help buyers through navigate this process, because it's the most stressful experience in people's lives, moving, right? It's the number one.
I think managing expectations in this market, just to understand that, most of the properties out there are going to demand that if there are multiple offers, that they're going to be taken as is, basically with no appraisal sometimes, or waiving the appraisal provisions, and what I would say, just possibly even escalation clauses saying you'll beat any price out there kind of thing. The as is probably the most, I'd say, scary for people. It's like, how do we deal with this, right? Right, Chris? I mean, that's a big deal. You're buying this, hundreds of thousands of dollars, this investment. Like, how can I just take it as is? Well, we can still, say we'll do an inspection, but we're not going to object to anything, so to speak. And so we leave out the objection and resolution out of the contract, but then we can say, look, we have the ability to terminate if there's some major issues with the property. That's how it works in this market right now. And the good news is you do the inspection with a professional inspector, and you can find out and say, hey, wow, these are some big deals. And I will say this, Chris, there's a saying in real estate, as is, never was, and never will be. So even if you have an inspection termination only, if there is something big, most of the time they'll still work with you, because they know the next buyer, that if you leave the deal, they're going to have to deal with that anyways.
So let's just break that down, because I think a lot of people see, those capital letters, as is, and they think, okay, if I go under contract, I have to buy this.
Right.
And you're saying that's not the case, that there's actually a deadline where you can terminate. And so maybe there's radon in the basement and the seller's not going to pay for it. Or maybe, there's an issue with some outlets, the seller's not going to pay for that. But if you're the buyer and there's a big structural issue, you can actually terminate, walk away, and keep your earnest money.
Or you can say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, or whoever they are, we need you to address this, or we are going to just terminate no matter what. And again, they're going to say, wait a second, we have to deal with this no matter who we sell this to, so we want to work with you. You're the best offer out there. Let's work with you anyways.
So what I hear you say is one thing that we provide experience. We walk with buyers through the process, and we represent them.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna stand up for them and what's important to them, what they need.
Yep.
And something we do is we sit down with buyers before
Yep.
they go to the market. You know, we're not just gonna take someone out and go look at showings, go look at houses, but we're actually gonna take them through this consultation. So
Yeah.
what does this look like when we sit down with buyers? You know, I've done it, you've done it, but let's explain to people, how is working with CJV different?
Well, I would just say, again, it's about managing expectations when you first sit down with people. You say, look, you know, this is how our process works. Because the process of buying a home is the same over and over. Obviously, it has unique situations for each transaction, but for the most part, if you walk through this, we have it aligned out here. You know, and this is the buyer consultation right here. And we walk through step by step. We don't need to go through every step here, but we have it mapped out for you. So allow us as the professionals to help you as the buyer to get through this process. We're consultative. We're not just sales people. We've done this. We've been there. We've done that. So we can help.
Yeah, and I think that's what I hear is the market is just tough right now, and there's a lot of agents who are out there who will just, you know, take you and go show you homes.
Yeah.
But we're here for you. We care about what's important to you. We're gonna get to know you and learn your goals, and then we're gonna be with you every step of the way and
right.
protect you.
Yep. This is not a market for amateur real estate agents. So consult with us. We're the professionals. We do this full time. That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Patrick. If you have questions, definitely let us know. Put them in the comments. We would love to meet with you. You can see our office is open. We're doing face-to-face meetings. We both got our masks, you know, and we can do that as well. We want you to be comfortable and feel safe. But we know there are people who are looking to buy in this market, and we want to help them be successful.
Great.
Great. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Patrick. Appreciate your time.
Likewise.
All right. I know you got to head off to an inspection here. So.
That's right. That's what we got to do.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep. So